who was on the War Room this week. His name is Jason Peña, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell everyone what he's been up to.
How you doing, guys? My name is Jason Peña. I'm with the organization here in San Antonio called Beyond the Masks. We pretty much started this organization. We're a group of little protesters. We're nobodies, really. We're just blue-collar, everyday people just tired of crap. We started this organization back when they enforced the mandates, the vax mandates, the lockdowns, the forced masks, the curfews, all that stuff. So we started a little group up, hit it hard the first time at North Star Mall with a anti-mask protest. A group of about 60 of us entered North Star Mall in San Antonio, maskless. We were determined to go there just to Christmas shop with our family, maskless. So there were children there, there was family there, you know. But yeah, it got pretty hectic and stuff. And then from there, we just been rolling with it. You know, they enforced the vax mandates, so we protested against that. They enforced a curfew on us, so we protested. You know, a little honk and train horn, flag wave by the mayor's house here in San Antonio. So yeah, we've just been going at it ever since this administration, quote unquote administration, has been, you know, in office or taken over. Really, we really just had to step it up, especially with the illegal immigration going on, and you know, just things like that. That, you know, this
Y'all organized a group to rebel against the draconian measures, and you decided to go and show everyone how y'all will still live and the world isn't going to end whenever you don't comply. Going into a public place like a mall, of course, case in point, no one died. You're still here. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but also too, no, I feel that no matter how much you point out and humiliate the left, they still don't get it, and if anything, they double down. And on the War Room, you went into depth about that. So with an example, and I want you to elaborate on this. Please expound on this. So y'all go on bridges, and y'all will drop like a banner to promote something that will get no coverage anywhere else, but everyone feels a yearning for, like that movie about Hunter Biden, a factual movie, right?
Yes.
So just tell me how people on the left get provoked and what all happens. You know, for overall, you'll get a good result, right? But
overall, overall, we get a good, you know, positive response from the public. You know, honks, waves, stuff like that. We do get the occasional finger, you know, stating that, you know, they're number one apparently. But you know, we just wave to them and you know, smile at them and stuff like that. But yeah, we were doing a My Son Hunter, the movie banner drop over 1604 on Redland Road, on Redland Road Bridge. Probably about 20 minutes into it, this vehicle on Redland nearly just stopped dead in traffic, nearly causing an accident.
What kind of vehicle was it? Was it a Subaru, a Prius? Was it like?
It was a silver Chrysler 300.
Okay.
So yeah, silver Chrysler 300. He starts provoking people on the bridge and stuff and yelling, and then he goes on his way. But we find out that he parks over in the little shopping center next to the bridge and the access road. And he comes over and starts provoking my father-in-law. My father, the gentleman, the guy in the car started saying some words, so my father-in-law flicked him off. You know, which is his right to. He's an American citizen, you know. So as he's walking back from the grassy part of the access road, he's hitting the bridge up, and this guy's like right on his tail, just like provoking him, yelling things at him. But my father-in-law keeps walking straight on towards us where the rest of the group's at. So I see this because I was messing around with the megaphone trying to get some new batteries in it. I see this, so I walk over to them and I tell him just to go ahead and go on, and I stop the guy where he's at to keep him from going any further because there were kids on the bridge with us as well. So I asked him, I'm like, well, what's the problem? What seems to be the issue? The guy is all pissed off, starts calling us traitors or treasonous for hanging the sign. We don't know what we're talking about. You know, I wasn't backing down. This guy swung open a little knife, and I just stood my ground. I stood there with the pack of D batteries and just told him like it is. Like, hey, if you really want to go for it, go for it. Because I don't think you want to get smacked in the face with a stack of batteries, dude. At that time, we were pretty much touching chests, like we weren't moving. Even though you had the knife out. At the same time, when this was all happening, one of our friends, protester friends, JW, was walking by with the metal pipes found on the ground. And I grabbed it from her hand, just standing there. And as I grabbed it, the dude immediately backed off and started freaking out. Like, if you hit me with that, bro, you're not gonna know what's happening to you and all this other stuff. Just talking out of his butt. He eventually just leaves, hops in his car and drives off. Well, I decided to go back to the car to get the cooler and some other supplies and stuff that we were needing after dropping the My Son Hunter banner down. And as I'm walking back, he's crossing from the bridge onto the access road. And as he turns, he rolls his window down, points a pistol out the window toward me and yells, "I got you, bro." At which point I lift my shirt and show him mine and said, "You ain't got shit." Pull into the parking lot. The guy pulls into the parking lot. I'm recording. I get the license plate and all that. The guy refuses to get out of the car. He wants to act all tough inside the car, but doesn't want to get down and do anything. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, they're all talk and no bite,
I agree. Yeah, it's a shame. And you know what, also, too, maybe this is just a suggestion. You keep on labeling you and your group as protesters. I think y'all are patriots, The guy you're describing is a protester. They don't have anything to back up. There's no logic behind it. He's obviously under emotional stress because they've been fed a different news cycle, a different storyline. They literally live in a different version of reality. And the slightest pushback, just like, I'll just use an example like DeSantis, sending migrants that signed consent forms before they went to Martha's Vineyard, the left just melted. And they have to do all this PR like they enriched us, yada, yada, yada. It's just, all you're doing is putting a mirror and a flashlight in the face of hypocrisy and the people that are on the, I hate saying this, and I don't say it like we have the moral high ground, but the wrong side of history. But what I really wanted to ask you is, how did you get on the War Room? Did you contact InfoWars or did they contact you? And a subsequent question, did they treat you good? I have on my Senate cards InfoWars at the bottom. I'm a big supporter. I'm drinking their Kool-Aid, if you will. Are they good people? You have experience. I've never been on their show. I'd love to know.
They're awesome people. This wasn't the first time we've been on. We've been on, the first time we got on was with the protest at the mall incident. And then several other times with the migrant situation going on here in San Antonio. Yeah. So, I mean, I've ran into Owen and some of the guys from InfoWars on the street and in Austin at events. Throw them our card, talk to them a little bit, throw my business card. So, I mean, we're not buddies level, but I say we're more of acquaintances.
Yeah.
We have each other's contacts. So if anything happens, we could reach out.
Wow. Like, I've been dying to get on a show because I'm running for United States Senate over here. I've been dying to get in touch with those people. Do you want to hold up your business card or do anything to promote how people can get in touch with or support y'all? Or
yeah, no problem. It's Beyond the Masks.
Like that. It's the vertical.
Yeah. So we also have Facebook. On the Facebook group, it's Beyond the Masks San Antonio, and on Instagram, it's at Beyond the Masks SA.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you decided to step up in 2020 because I said, the second that they launched this agenda in March of 2020, to me, it just did not make sense. I was like, there's no way this is a reflection of prosperity or we're heading into good times if we have to cover our faces and stand apart. So I got super, I got the red ass real bad, and I decided to run for Senate. And in Louisiana, we have staggered terms 2 and 4. So I'm running again this year. And I'm the only guy talking about this kind of hypocrisy. We have the big time incumbent, the machine. Not that he's bad, but they're just squished Republicans. They tell you what you want to hear. They come on TV with a real subtle look, like petting a Labrador retriever, or posing with the duck hunt. And it's like, yes, they're the lesser of two evils, but under pressure, they'll buckle and side with the Democrats. And it just hurts. And it's like, really, out of the 15 people that signed up in the state of Louisiana for Senate this year, I mean, there's maybe 2 other, the incumbent and then another Republican, the rest are Democrats, independents, libertarians. But I mean, I'm the only guy promoting InfoWars. I'm the only guy talking about 9/11 being an inside job, and buildings coming down with two planes. You know, and I'm not even trying to be crazy or be conspiracy. I'm just like, everyone, let's just look. Let's not click off our brain like we do when we tune into these smartphones that track and trace. But it's just a shame. And, you know, I was so moved by what you were doing, because in these times, people have had to make a decision. Either turn away and buckle under pressure, or stand up and face the ridicule. But if enough of us stand up, like what you tried to provoke in 2020 at that mall, we wouldn't have these problems. And it's because we give the left, you know, I don't even want to be so partisan. I really want us all to get along, but it's because we give, or most people give the left the privilege of our silence. They get away with this kind of stuff. And when you push back, you see how provoked some people get. And you're just exercising a normal everyday right. You're not going to do anything crazy.
Exactly. That actually happened this past weekend. Yesterday, actually, we're doing another banner drop for the My Son Hunter banner over on 281 and Stadium Drive. It's a real secluded type bridge, only one-way traffic. So you really have to put an effort to make a turnaround and come back, and, you know, if you're going to harass people and stuff. This bridge has a big old fence on the outside, so we flung the banner over it, so it's hanging out on the outside. And we're all hanging there, having a good time with our lawn chairs, talking, listening to music.
You got to send me a schedule, because, I mean, from where I am, it's exactly a 6-hour drive on I-10.
Yes.
I'd love to make it out sometime soon. I really would. I mean it.
Awesome. Yeah, we'd love to have you, man.
I'd love to be there.
So, yeah, yesterday, this crazy liberal drives by and chunks a glass water bottle at us. Luckily, it hits the concrete barrier that's on this bridge. After that, he then continued to drive around. So he made the effort to go and make that 5-minute, you know, travel just to keep coming around for 4 times.
Let a shrapnel of glass get in a child's eye. I mean,
exactly.
Like, just think. I mean, it'd be one thing if it was plastic, but you were screwing around with glass, like.
So this guy not only throws that and does this, he continually drives by. Every time he drives by, the second time he drove by, we have my friend Hernando out there trying to, like, move the glass out of the road.
Oh yeah.
As he's moving it, this dude hauling butt up the bridge and is swerving toward 2 different patriots out there with us. Nearly hits one, swerves out of the way, and starts swerving toward Hernando, nearly missing him by 6 inches. Called the cops, got his license plate, all that stuff. And, you know, we had to file a report, but the guy wasn't arrested.
Of course.
But, you know.
It kills me. It seems like y'all are almost putting yourselves in harm's way speaking the truth. That's what hurts, you know?
What hurts is we have a president pushing this Nazi agenda, you know, as such as the speech he gave earlier this month.
Well, let me stop you there. Tell me, how is he a president? Let's break this down. It's not an insult to you. I'm just saying, like, let's break this down. Tell me, how is he a president?
He's more of a resident than anything.
I think he is
not a president.
Because he didn't win this 2020 election properly. So I think president would be the wrong term.
Dictator's more like it.
He obviously is always losing his mind. He has some sort of issue with dementia. You know, I mean, he doesn't know where he's going, what he's doing. He has controllers. So that means there's levels of power above the presidency, which would make the office of presidency irrelevant. You know,
yes.
And it makes you wonder, okay, if this guy's controlled and has controllers, but he doesn't catch any flack on the media, how come people like JFK and Trump caught so much flack? JFK being assassinated, and Trump, I mean, media assassination, you know?
Exactly.
It makes
he definitely has handlers, yeah.
No, of course. It's such a shame, you know, that we have to even get together and highlight this dichotomy. I will say one good side effect of this is people like you and I get to connect and subsequently get to hang out and do things behind the camera, you know, yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, at the same time, you know, it's just such a shame. I mean, look, you have bigger balls than me going out and doing that kind of stuff, because I know I will get targeted by the left. I mean, I already have a hit piece saying I beat some chick, but there's no case number. No judge, no victim, no even author to the article. It's a literal the epitome of hippies. And guess what? They're based out of the news station that did it is based out of Texas. A Next Star out of Dallas. I sued them. One, they still keep it up. I'm like, I got the money for damages. I got the injunction, and then they don't do it. And it's like, you put up any, like, if you ran for office today, I mean, I could only imagine the kind of stuff they'd make up. But you know what? I wear it with a badge of honor. And I know that they were thinking, okay, he's going to stop after this. But then I signed up again this year in 2020, 2 years later, you know, and anyway, I just.
I love it. Yeah, you can't stop, man. I mean,
I can't,
you know,
no, especially when they make up something that, like, I have no record, big deal. I'm not trying to clear the air on me. This show's about you, but it just kills me. It's like, really? Like, you know, if I promise you, I tell everyone, I promise you, if I was on the left, there'd be no issue. You know, they boost me up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's getting crazy over here with this left stuff, man. I mean,
what's going on with y'all sheriff? He's trying to sue?
Yeah, some fake case, fraudulent case that has no backup or evidence. Even McManus, the police chief, came out and said that, which is surprising, you know, with how much they're buddies and all that. But yeah,
he's not getting the George Soros money.
I don't think I hope not. You know,
if the police chief is not in sync with the Bexar County sheriff, he's not getting the money from George Soros Act Blue or whatever it is. You know.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's true.
That's why he's busted.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, Sheriff Salazar is something else, man. We hit up a immigration town hall he held once this center got opened up over here on San Pedro, 7000 San Pedro Avenue, talking about how all these illegals are legal and all this junk, pretty much saying that he wants to hire these dreamers on the police force and all this stuff. And I'm just like, that's not a real smart move, you know? And this sheriff's buddies with Biden. He was riding on the Biden bus, you know. He's buddies with all of them, you know, so he's obviously in deep with them. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous out here with all these illegals running around. It's really starting to look like a third world country, man. You go down here and it's just like people just hanging out in front of McDonald's.
It's the exact plan. It's to flood and destroy. It's to push and pull. It's a UN agenda. I mean, they want to flood us so we collapse. All these people on welfare. I mean, it's by design. And then the same people that are trying to bring us down are going to pose as our savior. And the more people like you see this and call a fraud for what it is, the less likely this huge agenda is going to get away with it. You know, it doesn't take a Harvard degree. It doesn't take a scholar. It doesn't take someone to realize these things. It takes someone to have the moral courage to not lie to themselves. And you and I, we have that, and we're just trying to inspire others. And it just, you know, it really hurt seeing how many people buckled under this. Since 2020, it's literally divided half the people I hang out with and talk with. I mean, I see who will put their neck on the chopping block, who is a true patriot, you know? I mean, has it changed life for you, you know, as far as your social life? I mean,
no, not really. It's usually me and my wife going out and organizing these and stuff like that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we you know, knock all that stuff out during the week and stuff. So, you know, I mean, you gotta at least go out and do something once a week. You know what I mean? If not, then I mean, what's the point of doing something? You know what I mean? Or trying to fight for it. You know?
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, we've just been dropping these banners and protesting at that illegal center. Last time we were actually out there last Saturday, we found a bus ticket on the ground.
Oh, yes. You mentioned that. Tell everyone about this.
So,
wow. Awesome.
Yeah, we're out there, and it was just sitting on the ground like this. It says Puerta 2, Linea 3, Door 2, Line 3 in Spanish. But you open it up, no English, travel assistance required, stamped right on the front of it.
Yeah, hold it nice and still so everyone can take screenshots. Yep. Wow, that's
the name out there right here on this corner, Michael Jordan.
That's exactly.
These dudes are putting fake names on these bus tickets. You need an ID to buy any type of travel ticket if you're American, you know? So, I mean, I don't know how they have more rights than we do right now, You know, it's getting really bad. It's quite alarming too, like the lack of patriots and RNC GOP candidates that are running here in San Antonio that say, you know, they're all conservative and all this stuff, but yet never show up for anything. It's quite alarming, you know. So it's like
being a patriot is too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, hey, I'll never have a normal job again. My wife and I are suffering. I'm about to have to start another business so we can make it. You know, I mean, there's just too many people are not miserable enough yet to do anything. And by the time I think they realize it, it's going to be too late. So it really depends on us holding the front line. And I know I sound here like I'm trying to make us sound like we're so amazing. It's just a little bit of moral courage, people. It's just, you know, we're not. I always use this analogy, and I heard Alex say this, I think at the beginning of this 2020 agenda. It's not like we're being conquered by the Romans who are going to bring us fresh water, teach us to read and write and fight. You know, it's not like a better civilization is taking over. You know, this is a civilization that wants to wipe us out.
Exactly.
Yeah, like we're literally, they want us to drink cockroach milk, you know, eat the I mean, you know, I would probably give in because this is so intense if it was going to improve our quality of life. I just didn't like the flavor of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only one thing, but we're not. We're being crushed, and they want to sell us on being poor, you know? And I love how y'all make these banners and drop. Y'all make these banners yourself? How do y'all? That's awesome.
The banner, no, the banner was actually from I believe Breitbart, and they had sent out a bunch throughout the states that's just going to be traveling the United States. So yeah, we picked it up from Houston, met up in Schulenburg, picked it up, and then here pretty soon it's going to be heading to Austin. We're looking about October 8th for Austin at the Capitol.
We're going to set some people off over there. That is the New Orleans of Texas.
Yeah, it's really bad in Austin, man. It's total Libville, yeah.
Oh my God. Well, what else can in closing, please tell me anything else you'd like, promote yourself, go over anything else. I wanted to keep this short and sweet.
Yeah, I just want to point out something that no one's really picking up on why all this illegal immigration is happening. Back when Kamala first got in, I don't know if y'all remember or if you heard, she was doing that Southern Triangle tour.
She came down on my birthday this year, March 21st.
Well, she did a Southern Triangle tour to like Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras.
Yeah, I thought you meant Southern United States. That's how much you know. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you continue.
No, you're good. Yeah, so Kamala Harris did her Southern Triangle tours in Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. She took off on June 6th. So our migrant center, where it's at here, was voted on by our city council on June 23rd, a few weeks later. So her little tour that's sending all these migrants, illegals from all these other countries, is pretty much from her doing this little tour and just saying, hey, go ahead and come on through. Come on through.
She's
nudging them through. Yeah. We mostly Salvadorians coming through. I know when Trump was in office, those three countries were like hit hard by him to keep like, you know, immigration and stuff from happening and going further north and stuff. So I just find it really odd that now it's just totally lenient. And you know what I mean? These are the three major countries that like just block off Mexico from the Southern America. You know what I mean? So it's just very, very odd that, you know, she goes on this tour and immediately when she gets back, just migrants upon migrants upon migrants still, you know? And I mean, the number's overwhelming. I don't think they're telling us the true numbers on all these illegals actually coming through. You know, I believe it's well over the 25 million mark. Compared to like the 5 million they're telling us.
That much dead bodies, you know, these border towns getting that overwhelmed, and then all these buses. Yeah, I agree.
Not to mention the 53 that died in San Antonio behind in that 18-wheeler. That Javier Salazar, the sheriff, was in charge of that county. So he wants to complain about, you know, sending live migrants to Martha's Vineyard, but yet he doesn't want to, you know, bat an eye to the 53 that died in his county. You know, I just find that very appalling.
It's not going to help their narrative. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame, man.
It is a shame.
I appreciate you bringing that up. I really appreciate your time. And what I'll do is, well, actually, when we close out of this, we're each going to have a copy. So,
Awesome. That works.
all right, well, look, I really appreciate your time, man.
I appreciate it. It's nice meeting you, man.
All right, well, later.
All right. All right.